Hello learners, I hope you all are preparing very well for your board examination. So today in this particular video, I have created a question paper based on the chapter as you can see database management system. So today in this particular video, we'll be solving entire questions which are frequently asked by the examiner from the chapter database management system. So let's start solving together. Okay? So you need to sit with your notebook and pen to solve each question and then match your answers with my answer. So what do we mean by tuple? Whenever we are talking about any table, as you can see here it is mentioned relational database. Tuple is nothing but whenever a row, usually if you could remember very properly, usually the rows were said to be as what? Said to be as tuples or they were said to be as records. So you can consider that row which are in a relation is said to be as my tuple. And now talking about attributes. What do you mean by attributes? A column. A column is usually considered to be as attribute. As here we are talking about relational database, so your answer should be a row in relation. A row in a relation is said to be as tuple, and a column in relation is said to be as attribute. Okay, yeah, and this you can write for only 1 mark, as only 1 mark is rewarded to this particular question, so you can just write this. And talking about state and define the cardinality of a relation. What do you mean by cardinality? Do you remember? Cardinality is nothing but number of rows, total number of rows that is present in a table, in relation at a given point of time, you can say, yeah, at a given point of time is said to be as cardinality. Cardinality of a relation. As you must be observing, everywhere there is a relation mentioned. That is why whenever you are writing for the table, there you need to also mention that a table with relation will be said to be or needs to be considered whenever you are defining. Now the number 3, name the SQL command category DDL, DML, DCL or TCL to which the drop table command belongs to. As we know very properly that whenever any of the command is directly impacting to my structure of the table, that is coming under what? DDL, data definition language. Do remember, whenever you are writing any command, this is just, you can remember, any of the command which is directly impacting to whole of the table will be somehow coming under our DDL. Now let us understand differentiate between candidate key and alternate key. It's a easy one. Candidate key means what? Unique key, yes or no? Whatever unique keys that we have identified from a particular table are considered to be as candidate key. And what do we mean by alternate key? We do have 3 things, right? Under candidate key there comes 2 things. This is my unique key, and under this we do have 2 category. One is primary key, another one is my alternate key. Okay, so from the unique key, from the potential unique key, whatever we have chosen is said to be as primary key, and whatever unique keys that are not chosen to be a primary key, not chosen as a primary key, are said to be as an alternate key, are said to be as an alternate key. Okay, understood? I hope you are understanding very perfectly. So accordingly you can write candidate key is the key which is potentially unique in nature, while alternate key is the unique key that is not chosen as a primary key. Okay, now what's the number 5? Which SQL clause is specifically used to filter the output of a group that is used with the group by clause? What's the answer? Remember this. This is a frequently asked question. To filter the output. Filter the output means having clause. And this is used with group by clause every time. Do remember, this was a one word answer kind of question. Identify the default sorting order when using the order by clause in select. Default we know, ascending order, yes or no? Default is ascending order. Whenever you are sorting anything, what's the default one? Very easy to guess as well if you do not know the answer. Or you can say ASC order. Both of them will be correct. Now number 7, what is the purpose of percentage sign wildcard character? Acha, see, here I need to explain one thing. We are using percentage sign for 3 of the things. Suppose let me write like this, and if I will be writing like this, and there is also another way we are writing like this, and by using of course the like wala operator. Do you know the differentiate between these 3, the percentage sign that is mentioned here? Think for a moment. It's a very good question actually. Okay, see, whenever we will be using like wala operator, suppose I have written d percentage. What does this mean? I want to check, figure out or select those of the cells where the words are starting with D. So here I can say, if you are ever finding D then after percentage sign, you can say you are checking whether that particular cell, whatever word is stored, is it starting with the given character or not. And this is percentage D. We are checking whether it is ending with that particular thing or not. And whenever we will be having both of the place percentage, that means it is existing or not. This particular D is existing in that particular word or not. This is what we are checking whenever we are using percentage sign. Okay, so if anybody will be asking you the purpose, you can start writing down according to the placement of the percentage sign. Okay, then we can understand which type of key is used to enforce the referential integrity constraint between two related tables. Which key? I think, yeah, this is foreign key. Yes, foreign key is the key that is helping us to enforce the referential integrity constraint. So if you have ever written a code for this referential integrity constraint, you must have used the foreign key. Now what does it say? Give one example of an aggregate function. Aggregate means what? Whenever you will be finding the result of anything when there will be combinations of rows or columns or combinations of cells. So that you can say mean can be one of the answer, maximum can be one of the answer, or you can also use count. See, these are the aggregated ones, yes or no? You can never find minimum, maximum or count by just taking one particular cell. Every time this particular thing is used, whole sum with multiple cells. That is why you can add on these all things. And now state one difference between the char and worker types in SQL in terms of storage. It's a very good question. Okay, so what happened? What's the difference between this char and worker? You must be having this in your mind. Char and worker, because we know the purpose is same, but here lies the difference. Let me explain you. Listen to this very carefully. Suppose in char, I have written that there will be 5 number of characters, and in worker I have written 5 number of characters will be stored here. But what if a user will be giving me only 3 number of characters, like A, B, C, in both of this, but and using both of this data type? Let me showcase you what actually happens. So let me do 5 number of boxes, okay, because it will be storing 5 number of characters, and worker will also be storing 5 number of characters. The difference in this is char is having this fixed length, that if you have already declared 5 number of characters has to be stored, what happened, even though you are storing 3 number of characters, the other 2 places will also be consumed with garbage value. This will be stored with garbage value. Okay, this will be stored with garbage value. But what if you are using worker, if you have used a worker and you have written 5, and you have only stored 3 numbers, then what will happen, as you have already given 5 number of characters, so if you are not storing any of the characters in other 2 place, this 2 will be discarded from the memory. So what do happen, only the memory that is consumed is only for ABC, whatever you have given. But if you will be talking about char, what happened, it is having fixed number of length. Even though you give 3 number of characters, the length will be same, the memory size will same. 4, if you will be giving number of characters, the memory size will same. If you will be giving 5 number of characters, then also the memory size will remain same. But of course we know that we cannot give 6 number of characters in any of this particular example that I have mentioned here. I hope you have understood this. This is the main difference whenever we are talking about char and worker. Okay, yeah. Actually talking about garbage value, yeah, you can rectify this, learners, rectify this. So here what will happen, it will be storing spaces. Okay, instead of garbage value is in the, actually I have just considered Java code over here. Okay, so what happened, here we say that it is denoted with spaces, and these are said to be, as you can also write over here, you can add one statement in your notebook. If you are writing this, you can say the other spaces is padded with space, the other the other places are padded with spaces. Okay, simply it will be providing spaces to those vacant area. To fill, we can write to fill the allocated space, we can say. Okay, you can say space. Garbage value will not be the proper thing over here, so you can rectify. Okay, so whenever you are using char and worker, if you have given 5 number of characters to be stored in each of them, so what happened, if you are storing only 3 number of characters, so char will be having the fixed length, even though you are not providing those many number of characters that it will be storing, so it will be allocating some of the spaces, okay, to occupy that particular vacancy. And if I will be talking about worker, if you have stored only 3 number of characters, as it was storing 5 number of characters, so what will it be doing, it will be omitting out that particular vacant places. This is the main difference that you can remember. Now let's come to section B bala part, and it's also a very important one. You can note down those questions and the answers whatever we are discussing right now. Number 11, explain 2 advantages of using a database management system over a traditional file system. See, as we do not have traditional file system in our syllabus, so you can just think of what are the advantages of using database management system. I think there are many. Yes or no? So it controls, the first thing that ever come to my mind whenever I am talking about advantages of database management system is it controls data redundancy, duplicacy of the data, redundancy, and you can explain for this. And the second one that we can write over is It promotes data security. Data security is promoted. Okay, then you can write another one. Data consistency. Data consistency. What do you mean by this? All of this data. What do you mean by data consistency? See, whenever data are given to it, here what happened, due to this particular data consistency feature, it stores data centrally and updates all of them at a single particular place, so that wherever you have made any kind of change at the central, the changes are observed and are kept securely. Okay, this you can write whenever somebody is asking you advantage of database management system. Now talking about number 12, given a table, product, okay, PID, item name, category, price. Which PID is the where PID is the product ID? Which column is the most suitable for primary key? Primary key means what? The choosed unique key. Which one? I think the duplicacy will be less in PID, because every product will be having different ID. So there is least chance that this will be duplicated. So PID can be the primary key. Now B, give an example of a potential candidate key other than the primary key. Candidate key means what? I have already explained. Candidate key means you need to find out potential unique keys. So except PID, category may be duplicated, price may be duplicated. I think we can consider item name here, because after PID, the other thing that we can consider unique is item name. So you can say that potentially item name is one that is potentially unique in nature. Yeah. Now number 13, write the SQL commands for the following task on a table named student. Acha. Add a new column email with data type worker. See, these are very important questions, and whenever it is asking us to add something, we will be using which command? Alter. So alter table I will be writing, then I will be writing the name of the table, that is student here. Alter table, we will be writing the name of the student, and what does it say? Add a new column email to it. So simply I will be writing add email, and it has given me the memory space, that is worker varchar 100. That's all. And what does the second question say? Change the data type of the existing column name to worker 50. Acha, it is talking about changing the data type. See, again change, so I will be using alter. Just a moment, what has happened? So here I will be again be using alter table we can use. Yeah, again the same thing, student, because changes are asked means most of the time we will be using alter command. Here it is asking me to change means what? Modify. Do you remember? This is also a very useful command. And I am going to change the name to worker. Okay, then modify name worker 50, worker 50, and then semicolon. Do not forget to provide semicolon, because it will be helping us to terminate this particular statement. Now talking about predict the output of the following SQL query. Rule number name. Here actually select count distinct fees. It has to be from the given above, and in the given above, from here computing, if I will be mentioning, actually computing is this. Okay, this particular table is computing. So here it is counting the number of distinct fees. Distinct fees means what? Our duplicated keys will not be calculated. What do you think? What will be the answer to this? Think very properly. What will it be calculating? See, the count will be 2. Why? Because see, it is 25,000 here, 30,000 here, and again we are having 25,000, so it won't be collecting its data. So here after it is counting, it will be representing us the answer to be 2. The value for my 16 fees, after it is counted, the answer will be 2. Okay, so in the section C, there is a section C part where we are having some of the table based questions which is usually asked by the examiner. So I'm thinking of, let's take this to our part 2 of the video, where we will be just focusing on applied structured question of this particular question paper. I hope you have enjoyed this particular video. I hope most of the portions are revised by this particular questions. If you loved this particular video, make sure that you like to this particular video, subscribe to this particular channel for getting such insightful content. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.